All right, Algebra 1. Here we go. We are jumping into section 3. So we're doing 1.3 titled Write Expressions. So everybody open up your textbooks to page 19. That is where we are going to be at today. So let's jump right into it. You could see the first note here. Copy the key concept chart on page 19. That would be that whole key concept chart there. It's kind of got a blue color to it. So take the time to copy that down because you will be able to use charts like that on your test. All right, we're going to talk a little bit more in our Zoom sessions about what you can and cannot use when it comes to notes on your tests. All right, so something like that, take the time, do that, copy that down. It's worth it, trust me. Okay, now let's go ahead and scroll here. This is a key thing. A lot of students in this section will sometimes confuse this phrase less than. All right, so less than, of course, it goes with subtraction, but the phrase less than does this weird thing where it switches the order of the numbers or variables, depending on how it's given, so that when you read it in a sentence, you will read it. As you can see, there's an example I give you here. But then when you write it in the math equation, it switches. Okay, so the order does not stay the same. So that's why I said here, pay close attention. Take a look at example 1, though. It's on page 19, part A. It says the phrase less than. In the example, I wrote that in red, 4 less than 6 times n. All right, so if you can follow these green lines here, look at the 6 and the n. I've kind of combined them together. And then you see that little circle. Follow the arrow from the circle. Notice the 6n, 6 times n, is now in the front. And then the 4 that was at the beginning of that sentence is now pushed to the back of the equation. And it's all because of that phrase less than. And then you'll notice less than, the arrow going straight down. That is subtraction. So the original says 4 less than 6 times n. But your answer as a math equation is now 6n minus 4. All right, all of that word, all of that mumbo jumbo right there is just to let you know the phrase less than, switch the order, use subtraction. There you go. Okay, let's jump into some example problems. All right, all of these example problems are going to come from potential homework problems, so really want to pay attention here. So we're going to take a look at number 4 on page 22. And all of this is like, they're written in sentences. So I wanted to save myself some time, save you guys some time. So just look at the textbook. I'm going to be referencing number 4. Okay. So number 4 says the product right there. The word product should tell you something. What type of arithmetic are we using? Multiplication. So let's move ahead now. We know we're using multiplication. The product of 6 and a number y. So you have to use the variable y. They're not going to tell you what y is. It doesn't matter what y is. So let's know that we will be using multiplication. And it is the product of 6 and a number y. 6y. Done. That's all you have to do. You could say, all right, I have 6, and then in parentheses, you could put y. That's the same thing. You could put 6. You could put the little dot. And then you could put y. That's the same thing. I would recommend that you do not use the multiplication symbol as that and x are the exact same looking thing. Okay, and we're going to be using variables. So don't use the multiplication symbol as the x. Use it as a dot or parentheses. We're simply putting things right next to each other. Okay. Take a look at number 9. That's the next one here, page 22, same page. Number 9 says the quotient. What does quotient mean? All right, that's what that chart's going to come in handy. Quotient means division. So we will be doing division somewhere in this problem. The quotient of twice a number t and 12. All right, so the quotient or the division of twice a number t. Anytime something says twice, that means multiply by 2. So you're going to have 2t. That is twice a number t. So it says the quotient or the division of that, 2t, and 12. So you could just say, all right, divide by 12. I'm good with that. If I'm being honest, I would actually prefer that. So it looks a little bit more like a fraction, which also is the same thing as division. Okay, so I'm going to circle that one because that is my preference. I would actually prefer that's how you write this. Okay, now next one, number 11, page 22. Okay, this says 7 less than, ding, 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 we got that phrase less than, twice a number k. So how do you represent twice a number k? Because twice a number k is going to be moved to the front. All right, so we're going to have twice a number k less than, and then what was the beginning? That had the 7. So notice we flip the order and we subtract. All right, there we go. So that's number 11 on page 22. Now we're moving on. Example number 4 is coming from number 17, page 22. Number 17 says, cost in dollars per pound of grapes if P pounds costs $2.97. The whole point here is you're just trying to write a little equation, and they will give you the variable in this case, P, and then we know that P pounds costs $2.97. How do these relate to each other? Okay, so we're looking at a total cost of $2.97, and we have P pounds, and we want to try to figure out the cost per pound. All right, in math, if you see the word per, put that in quotes there, I want you to think division. Okay, because we will be using division. The word per, think division. So we have $2.97 per P pounds. And again, that preference being I would rather you write it more like a fraction instead of just using that division sign. Okay, so that is the answer there. Total cost, $2.97. P pounds, if we divide that, that's going to tell us the cost per pound. Okay, and this right here, that would be the cost per pound. All right, that's one other way to see it and think of it. All right, guys, that is our last example problem. Excellent, excellent. All right, go back, take a look at all these example problems, rewatch it if you need to, and I will see you guys in the next video. All right, have a good one.